Okay, this is our pod class on Thursdays. One of my very favorite classes because they are super kind and super creative. And we really have a lot of fun learning all kinds of things about art. So what I'm going to do is kind of go through our projects that we did together, and then everybody is going to have a chance to come up and talk about their work. So the first thing that we did was we studied composition. We studied how all the elements of composition, how lines and shapes and colors and repetition and focal point all play a part in creating a really nice work of art. And so we looked at Vasily Kandinsky and how he used shapes and colors to create these really amazing compositions. Then we went and studied Henri Matisse, and we learned a little bit about perspective, right? We learned how to make it look like a room that you could walk into, because Matisse loved to paint still lifes on a table in a room. He's probably got about 10 of those paintings. And so we studied his paintings. We were inspired by his use of pattern and his use of color. And these guys really kind of stepped it up with that. Then we looked a little bit at perspective. We learned that things that are very close, how do they look when things are close?
They look bigger.
Very big. And the further they are away, what happens?
They look smaller.
They look smaller, that's right. So we went into the pottery studio and created these ceramic landscapes. They knew about the horizon line. They knew about how things got smaller as they got to the horizon line. And then last but not least, we did my favorite project, which is going into the darkroom and doing phototypes. And we still had to use what we learned about composition to place found objects that we found around the studio on photographic paper, and then we developed them in the photographic chemicals. So we had a big old time. So, Elise Kate wants to go first, so let's let her go first. Show us your collection, Elise Kate.
Okay, so this is my flower horizon line thing. And I put smaller flowers in the back and bigger flowers in the front.
I love the color choice.
Thank you. And this is my when we do the black light, and this is like a yarn or something, and then this is like a cap of a thing, and this is a paintbrush and just a flower, fake flower, and a paint bottle.
And you really knew you had to figure out if they were translucent or opaque, right?
Yes,
and that
you had to do it like balance.
And that created a really nice composition there. Yeah. What was your favorite project, Elise Kate?
The room.
Why?
Because even if red paint, which it happened, red paint got all over it, and we fixed it, and you can't even see the red paint.
No, and we changed the aesthetic of it, didn't we?
It's a
kind of like a shabby chic.
Yeah, shabby chic.
Before it was super perfect, and
now I like it.
You got to relax a little bit, didn't you?
Yes.
All right, and what did you learn about art?
I learned that even if red paint messes up your painting, you can still fix it.
That's right. And what is your favorite color?
Probably blue.
Very good. All right, next, Maya, come on up. Come on, show us your collection of goodies. All right, Maya, look at this fabulous collection. Maya, what was your favorite project? The ceramic landscape. And why is that your favorite project?
Because I don't get to do like clay and stuff usually.
So you didn't really like doing clay before that? Or you do like doing clay?
I do like doing clay, but I don't usually get to do it.
Okay, and now you got into that one? Very, very good. All right, and what did you learn about the glazing technique? What did you have to do to get it looking really nicely glazed?
To do like 3 layers.
3 layers, right. All right, and then your Matisse, I love the pattern. I love how you did the pattern on the bench, what is that? What is that?
That's a cup with a puppy.
Oh, that's what I thought. I knew it was a puppy. That's awesome. All right, and what did you learn about art, Maya?
I learned that.
Do you like art? Does it make you happy? Does it make you feel comfortable?
Yes.
Yes, very good. All right, let's go and get Banks. Come on up here, Mr. Banks, and look at your collection. All right, Banks,
Yes.
what was your favorite project?
It was probably the dark light.
The dark room?
Dark room.
The phototypes? And why did you like that so much?
Because there's like cool chemicals and stuff.
Yep, they were all safe chemicals, but it was kind of like magic, right?
It was.
It was really super cool. And you did a really nice job with your composition there.
Thank you.
Very good. All right, and what did you learn about yourself in art this semester?
That you can make lots of different things out of art, like chemicals, walls,
Yeah.
clay.
And Banks, you have become so more comfortable with art, and you can express it in a heartbeat. I love that. What's your favorite color?
Orange.
Orange. All right, Maya, I forgot to ask you what your favorite color is.
Gold, red, and purple.
Okay. All right, Sadie, come on up. All right, Sadie's got a collection over here. So, Sadie, what was your favorite project?
think it was that.
The Kandinsky project. That, for me, I think you guys did an amazing job. And I love, Kandinsky is one of my favorite artists, so I am very partial to the pieces that y'all created. And you did a really good job creating your focal point. Where's your focal point?
The big circle.
That's right. And look at all you chose lines and objects to point to that focal point, and actually it looks like it's moving. I love that. Really, really nice. And your use of color, I love the background that you did with the shading, that's kind of the variance there. Really nicely done. All right, so Sadie, what did you learn about art?
I learned that shading can be hard, but at the same time, it's usually fun. But it's also really easy to mess up because you can act like fake color scheme and then ruin things all around it.
That's right. I think that a lot of people, once they take classes like you are taking, they find out that art's not as easy as it looks like it's going to be. That's right.
You might see someone like on an art video doing something, like sketching and stuff, and you're like, hey, I can probably do better than that. And you start, and then it's like, hey, mine looks like a little piece of scribbles.
That's right. And let's go back here and let me ask everybody here. Go ahead and sit back down, Sadie. All of these pieces of art, you guys were here for 12 weeks. We did a semester for 12 weeks, and we created 4 main projects. We did some drawing practices in between, but each project takes a long time. So these Kandinsky pieces right here that we worked on, how many weeks did we work on those?
Oh, I that was like my first, and then I kept working on it because I like it to be really good. So I just finished it.
And it probably took you guys about 5 weeks to get that completed. And Sadie and Elise Kate had to come in early a few times, right?
Yeah.
So it looks like these pieces take no time, that they're super easy to create. But in the end, they are not, are they?
No.
So art takes a long time. The only project that didn't take a whole long time was what?
The dark room.
The dark room, because you just go in there, you lay it on the paper, and you print it. The main artistic talent in that is composition and finding things that you
You
can.
have to make it balanced.
Exact. Oh, you guys, you make my heart so happy.
No.
All right. Did y'all have a good semester?
Yes.
I'm thinking you're not going to come back next year because you're going to be in regular school. But I'm so glad you chose to hang out with us.
After school
Yes.
Come and do after school.
After school class.
Very good. All right. You ready for some treats?
Yes.
right.
Yes.
Okay, Sadie, go.
Well, all I want to say is when you go in the dark room, sometimes you have a plan and it does not work out how you want it to because it doesn't come out 3D. Everything looks flat on it. So if you were trying to make it like a paintbrush was in the bowl like I did, it does not work out like that.
Right. So that is an art project that you have to do it more than once to figure out all the ins and outs, so that you can really see how that light and the direction that light is shining on everything, and how that is going to translate to the paper. Because actually, it's kind of like painting, but who's painting on that photographic paper?
The
Chemicals.
The chemicals, really.
Not really. What did we have to use to create?
Oh, the objects.
No.
The water. The light.
The light, right? The light is actually the one that is creating the images. So wherever that light hit the paper, that's kind of where the paintbrush was hitting the paper, right? So the more you learn about that, then the more you go into the darkroom, you can create some really great things.
Yeah,
So,
I had to do it twice.
and y'all are lucky.
Messing up.
Yeah.
You're-
Banks tried to do a Lego man with a thumbs up, but that
It looks like it looks like his arm.
That's right.
It looks like someone
Yeah.
just popped off his face.
So you guys are lucky about the darkroom because I think we are the only art studio that has a darkroom that we let children come in and do it. So
fun.
it is fun. All right, I'm going to turn it off now, Sadie. Do you have
Okay.
anything else to say?
I don't know.
No.
Okay. Anybody else?
Nope, just wait. Okay, so when I did my broom, when I splattered red paint all over, I had to keep going in early and early until I finished it.
That's
so it was fun.
Yes.
Yeah,
All
we got
right.
me and Lisa Capo got like an extra 15
But it was
minutes.
fun. It was fun to do it.
For 5 weeks in a row, we pretty much got extra 15 minutes.
Yeah, you got extra time. That's
And
good.
I learned that it's hard to paint the sides of your painting. I had to hold up the painting for Sadie and Elisa Kate.
Yeah. We made her.
All right.
Laid on the floor. And did it.
Are we going to sign off?
We're good.
Yes.
All right, everyone say
Yeah.
bye.
Bye.
Very talkative
So-
class.
Okay, so we
Third time.
I know, right? We forgot to talk about these practice drawings that we did at the very end. And I'm going to let me turn this light on so that the light is a little bit better. I think it's better that way. Awesome. Okay, so we've got Sadie and Elise Kate, and here's Maya's. So here we were really looking at proportion. We were really looking at how things were, how they sized up next to something else.
In front of the flowers and this behind the cup.
That's right, and they were all sitting on a painted table.
And they were all
weren't they?
sitting on the painted table,
Yeah.
but I wanted to do it more unique.
you
I
did.
guess.
You did. All right, Sadie, what did you want to say about yours?
I was gonna say it was not about mine. I was gonna say this is the third time we had to do this video because we keep on having one of us keeps on having something to say. That one of us is me. But also we forgot these.
We
And
did.
they're very special.
And they are special. You had to take those
I
home
have
and
something
finish
to
them,
say.
right? What do you have to say about yours?
I have to say about mine that it took me 2 tries
Here, hold it up so we can see it.
because I at first did this and
So
then
you-
noticed the head was going to cut off.
Well, and that was just because you were learning about proportion, right? And trying to figure out.
did get cut off.
But it's okay. But that's okay.
And then on my
That's okay.
second try, his arm cut off.
That's all
That's
right.
also really good.
But your proportion looks really good now, Maya.
We know our parents have already seen these because me and Lisa Kate had to bring our.
Oh, my mom already saw.
Yeah, mine did
Okay.
too.
Let's go outside and enjoy those snacks.
Oh yeah.
Ciao, ciao.